There is Brandon Hyde in heated discussion with a couple of the umpires. This is Alfonso Marquez, the crew chief. Brandon was just right in the face of the plate umpire, Ramon De Jesus. We are not sure what this is about in between innings. The third inning ended with a Mateo walk, the Mullins double, and the Hayes lineout. Brandon Hyde is still talking to Alfonso Marquez.
Yeah, and home plate umpire De Jesus is as surprised about it as we are.
Brandon is still talking and trying to get at Ramon De Jesus, and he has to be pushed toward the dugout by Marquez. So we did not see the beginning of this, but obviously Brandon Hyde has been ejected from this game. His first ejection since April the 21st.
Yeah, and he is heated about something. I don't think I've ever seen Hyder that upset.
I mean, the last time he was ejected was that Trey Mancini play in Oakland, and he seems more heated now than he did then.
He leads things off here in the bottom of the sixth. First pitch. Oh, should have been a strike. Called the ball. If the pitch to Seth Brown was a strike, Seth Brown is over there. I just saw him put up his hand like,
yeah.
What?
Yep.
That was, and they just threw somebody out. Somebody from the dugout just got thrown out. Mark Kotsay is going to come out. Chris Siegel is a home plate umpire, and if you, the pitch to Seth Brown that he got called out on was less of a strike than pitch that Julio Rodriguez just got called as a ball. So Chris Siegel putting on a big show.
And he gets Farmer. Remember, Farmer took a pitch off the bat, just up his hands off the handle, and this is a terrible sign as he's slow to get to his feet. Tomas Vera races out. Athletic trainer David Bell was there as well.
That situation, you only hope that it gets the meaty part of the back of the hand.
And David Bell is having a prolonged chat at the plate. And he's been tossed by Tripp Gibson. Well, Bell's second ejection of the season, and he's getting his money's worth.
It's like he's arguing balls and strikes and standing up for his players. A couple of pitches we mentioned earlier looked like they were off the plate. And I think it was David Bell's opportunity to tell Tripp Gibson about the fact that he called some pitches off the plate. Strikes.
Freddie Benavides has to physically intercede. Bell's bench coach, who will be managing the rest of the way.
Away, it's 2-0. And now we have some words from the Sox dugout. Tony La Russa wants a conversation with David Rackley, and that's not going to last very long. Tony's been thrown out by Rackley.
Well, you pretty much know when you take that first step that you're doing this to get thrown out of the game, and maybe this will bring a spark to Joe Kelly, if nothing else. The last pitch wasn't a strike. I mean, this is a breaking ball. It is way outside. And when a catcher catches it backhanded and tries to bring it back, that's not all that close.
A little bit better. And he,
oh, wow. There have been a lot of those on both sides. We've seen Trout not happy, and that's going to do it for Avi Garcia. He gets thrown out of the game. He's really got a case there. Avi's upset. Coop was upset. Trout was upset.
Outside. That's one of the poorest calls on a pitch off the plate inside. And Avi certainly had a beef. Fortunately, cost him. Cost Don Mattingly, too. That ball's not even close. It's low, too. Yeah, it's more low than in
Twins. Oh, that's not a strike, and A.J. Pollock's going to get ejected, but he's right. That was not a strike. The first one, he said. Ooh. Tony's not happy, and he's right. That was not strike 3.
No, it was not. It was well off the plate inside. Sanchez just absolutely drags it back. And that was the called third.
AJ's a mild-mannered guy.
Yeah, he realized. I mean, you're talking about, and what he's saying, I think, is 3 inches inside, and it was that.
Call third strike, bottom of the zone. Maldonado didn't like the call. It looked like it may have been at the knees for a call third strike, first out of the inning. And somebody just got tossed. That might have been Dusty Baker. It's been a frustrating day. We saw a 3-0 pitch called to Dubon that was off the plate. That could have been a walk to start the inning. And Dusty Baker gets thrown out here by Ben May.
But Dusty out there trying to protect his players and make sure that that zone's being called both ways, because you're right. It seems like throughout the course of the season we have seen some of these umpires not show the same deference to Astro hitters as far as the strike zone is concerned. And even though this pitch maybe grabs a bottom portion of it from the side, it doesn't look like a strike.
Dusty, who used to manage across the bay here, will have the rest of his afternoon off as Ben May has thrown out Dusty Baker.
While we were away, it's been eventful.
It has been.
Yeah, so Garrett Cooper didn't like the strike call on strike 2. He grounds out, walks off the field, jogging off the field. Home plate umpire Mark Rippiger's listening to him. Garrett says whatever he says, and then he gets thrown out. And then very soon after, you see Don Mattingly come out, and now he gets his 2 cents in. And with some of the mannerisms here of what Donnie's saying is, Coop was way over there and you're way over here and you're listening to what he's saying, and then you get mad.
Not only that, the home plate umpire, the entire time that Coop was running back toward the dugout, he was looking at Coop and pointing with his helmet, with his mask in his hand toward the Marlins dugout, like, get in the dugout, get in the dugout, when in reality he should have just turned his head.
Just taken and called out on strikes, and that's about as mad as you ever see Brian Reynolds. Furious. That's, again, we talk about this a lot. Hitters have to bear down. Hitters, you're in a big situation here. Second, third, no out. You have a chance with a ground ball and a fly ball to tie things up. Shelton's been ejected. He should. This is terrible. You got to bear down as an umpire here. Derek Shelton has been ejected by plate umpire Roberto Ortiz. Derek Shelton used his best hitter in the biggest part of the game. Probably the only time he wanted to use him was in a situation where it can change the course of the game. And so he goes up there and puts together a real good at bat after falling behind, and he draws a walk. He swung. Doug Eddings said so, and Yelich can't believe it. Yelich is still at home plate. Well, they give him a lot of leeway there. And he's gone. He's been ejected from the game. Yelich ejected by Roberto Ortiz. He lingered a long time. Now he's littering the field. Yelich has been thrown out. He was given a long leash. And Craig Counsell. Well, Shelton has been ejected, and now Yelich for the Brewers.
Strike 3 called. Another one off the plate. And Stanton fires his bat down on the ground. The pads follow. He is upset at those called strikes, and so is Aaron Boone.
And he should be. Tripp Gibson missed on all the strikes he called. Been calling a really good game, but that at-bat right there, Giancarlo Stanton took the pitches he needed, and they all went against him.
Castro. This was it for Boone. He kept holding up 6. And then complaining that you missed the down and then you missed the up. That was the ejection, and then he came out and got his money's worth with both Trip Gibson and Jerry Lane.
For the Dodgers, he has hit good pitching. Tonight, he hit great pitching. There's a ground ball to the right side. There's no one there. They come home. And the ball gets away.
No. Why?
They say out of the baseline.
What is it?
You're allowed to avoid the tag.
You can avoid the tag.
You're allowed to avoid the tag.
They called it right away, signaled it right away.
He never caught the ball at all.
Bud just got tossed.
The young umpire, Malachi Moore, is going to walk off. The veteran and crew chief, Jerry Meals, is going to stand in.
I mean, the only choice that Diaz has is to blow up Austin Nola.
Yeah.
Which is, you're leaving the base runner now as a catcher against another catcher. The rules are in place. And he would have destroyed Nola had he slid right there. He would have destroyed the ball.
And now, somebody in the Yankee dugout has been thrown out of the game by home plate umpire Jerry Lane. So here comes Boone, who's not animated. I'm not sure who got thrown out. So that is the hitting coach, Dylan Lawson. And for him to come out while Boone is speaking, that means that it was Lawson who was thrown out.
You know, at the beginning of the broadcast, I told you I like Jerry Lane, but I don't think umpires have any reason to be listening to the dugout. It's not blatant. I mean, we didn't even hear it on the mic.
The 1-2. Check swing, appeal to first. Didn't go, says Marvin Hudson.
Yeah, when Horner chases a ball out of the zone, he still makes contact 70% of the time.
Wow. 2-2 here. Check swing.
I think Ross is making a case that Carrasco's balking out there. Thought maybe they were arguing about the home plate umpire about balking strikes, but obviously Rossi was lobbying Tumpane for a balk call there on Carrasco. Didn't get it. Ultimately got the heave-ho.
Yeah.
Set at the belt, and then he's coming up to the chest and stopping again. But what Tumpane may have countered with is, well, he never really stopped. Because as you watch him, as the hands come set, he's still kind of tapping with that front foot.
Right.
Which, and maybe that was a balk.
Houck deals. There's a strike. Check swing by Matt, but still called a strike by DJ Rayburn. And here we go. He's saying that was not a strike. I didn't see him throw him out, but you can't argue balls and strikes, so he's obviously been thrown out. Yes, he has. He has been thrown out. And he is getting his money's worth. He has been angry at the strike zone, especially the low strike that's called on Judge, and then Matt Carpenter just took a called strike one. Jim Reynolds trying to break this up. But Boone trying to get his point across to DJ Rayburn, who's just trying to walk away. And now Carlos Mendoza, Boone's bench coach, doesn't want his manager to get suspended.
Michael, I can only hope that, hitters have bad at bats. They go back and watch the video. If umpires have bad games, they should go back, watch the video, and be able to, for one thing, I think they should have to talk to the press about pitches. This ball's down, and this changes the count.
And there he is, very casual toss, and then a very aggressive toss of the gum.
Got him. And then when you're starting to get on a roll like that, you're going to get those borderline pitches called your way. That's easily off the plate. But umpires, like everyone else,
did VR just get run from the game, or is he? Because if he didn't, he's getting away with a lot of face-to-face contact. I think they ran him. I think he's been ejected from the game.
It's supposed to be automatic when you complain about a ball on a strike called.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating night for Jonathan. Wow, that didn't take much.
That was just the right word to say, and that was a quick one.
That's not. I don't know that that's a show up. I think what I read home plate umpire Corey Blazer say is you showed me up.
Swing and a miss, and he carves up Higgins. Now we're not sure. We think David Ross may have been ejected between innings.
So yeah, we saw Rossi arguing with DeJesus between innings. What we didn't see was DeJesus ejecting him before the argument ever took place. I mean, obviously Rossi was giving him the business from the dugout. It was after that ejection that Rossi came out and got his money's worth.
2 on, 2 out. And now a back pick to second. So they're really trying to get Olivares off the bag. There's a foul ball. Now they're going to call interference on Massey. He's out. What? And the inning is over. And Mike Matheny got thrown out by home plate umpire John Bacon while he was in the dugout. And he came back out and got his money's worth.
Now, you could see Massey's body was over home plate, and actually Jansen, the catcher, he double clutched. Had nothing to do with contact or anything, but that made it appear that he was in his way, and it just happened to double clutch the ball. He didn't find a handle on it, and home plate umpire thought it was interference. Now you see, take a look at home plate umpire there, John Bacon. He didn't like what he heard. Toss him on, but nice to see Matheny come out and let him have it.
Top, right exactly where they're going. I hope it's not on cue. Ooh, that could have been down. Come on.
Happ didn't like the call from John Tumpane right there. And Ian Happ's been ejected, and David Ross has ejected the headset.
It's interesting. Rossi was ejected early in game 1 of this doubleheader. Buck Showalter had words with the home plate umpire. I mean, you don't know, right, unless you know exactly what's being said down there. But it seems to me like these guys have been really quick to react.
Yes.
Around Sandy, wishing him well on his way to L.A.
Called strike 3. Aguilar. It's like a jovial conversation between he and Ron Culpa.
Ball came back just a little. Nola's face 4. He struck out 4.
And I think Aguilar just got thrown out of the ball game. It started with some
It's usually how an argument with your wife starts, though. Really easy. A few little jovial, couple smiles, then it escalates.
Right.
And that seems to what happened right there.
And it usually ends with you being wrong.
He has a bit of a point. I mean, it was a perfect pitch, but it did look like it was just a tick off the plate.
I don't know. I think part of the frustration here for Aggie, I think he was just trying to figure out where the pitch was. You know this. You've had a million of these conversations. Where's that pitch? Is it up, down, in, out, whatever it is?
Yeah.
And I don't think he got the answer that he wanted.
And Ollie's just been ejected. He's going to get his money's worth now.
What he's saying is pretty correct, too. He said, you tell me where the strike zone is tonight.
1-2 to Wisdom. And that one appeared to be up and out of the zone, and it's called strike 3. Both sides challenging the call at the top of the zone, and there goes David Ross. He's out.
I mean, in games like this, it's the big leagues, okay? And you have to make the right call. And when you ball up to a premier hitter in the league and you ball up and call it a ball, and the next pitch is worse, you cannot call it a strike. And I think that's what Dave is trying to say to him. Just tell me you messed up for me. Can you just tell me that you missed that for me? And if that's okay, we can move on from that. But you can't tell me that the one before was a ball and that one's a strike.
2-2.
And he is crushing breaking balls.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Checked it? Come on, Doug Flutie. All right, that's a swing. Come on, if he hits it, it's a double or a homer.
I mean, it's no question.
That's a swing. Oh, you give him another chance and he hits a dinger? Come on, that ain't right. No. Maroon. Red hot.
Phil Nevin is really upset at that swing there, not called by Bacon at first base.
I think Phil wants to get run. He is fuming, and he should be.
And he should be, yes.
Yeah, Phil is as angry at the Doug Flutie look-alike first base umpire as Miami fans were at Doug Flutie in '83. Phil's going to the iPad. Hey, dude, I got swing. Oh, he just broke that one.
That was a rocket for Shohei. For a guy that struck out 11 guys last night, he's hit a couple rockets, a single and that rocket home run. He's still upset, Phil. He said it should be 5-2 in that area to make the play.
And Nevin has just been ejected. This was boiling, and you knew it was going to happen at some point because Phil was having a real hard time with the check swing, and now he's letting Alan Porter know that it should be a 5-2 game.
And Tim not real happy with Nick Marley.
And Nick runs him after boxing a ball in his second at bat in the third.
Tim cannot hit him with his helmet. And that's what Marley is saying. And Tony's got to get out there and get in between him so he doesn't bump him again.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, and I think that one's going to cost him. No, you literally, and I don't care how mad you are, you cannot do that.
Can't do it.
Just, if you want to get close in his face, take the helmet off.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, and Tim is saying, why'd you throw me out? A little more vociferously, and then Tony got the heave-ho, which you would expect after something like that.
After review, ball hit the net. It's a foul ball.
Wow.
Bob
Melvin comes right out of the dugout.
Wow. I'm pretty sure he can't do this. You cannot argue, and that's what they're telling him. He started out there, and they said, nope, you can't come out after it's been reviewed and argue. And he's been tossed. Jerry Lane, the crew chief, throws him out. They told him you can't come out here. That's part of the rule after it has been announced, and he came out anyway and then continued the conversation, and then they ran him.
Yeah, you've already been tossed, so give him an earful, right? I mean, I don't understand what they saw and we didn't, unless they have a different angle on something. But I think clearly Eric Hosmer catches this ball cleanly, unless the ball is way up top. That ball didn't hit way up top the net. I got clean catch.